Every storyteller wants a world that feels alive. But have you ever finished a fantasy map only to realize it feels kind of empty? Memorable maps aren't just remembered for their landscape. They're remembered for the stories that they promise. One of my favorite ways to do this is by planting what I call story seeds, small details that hint at a much larger world. Today I'll show you 5 story seeds you can use to turn any ordinary fantasy map into a world your readers and players can't wait to explore. Hey map builders, it's Josh with Map Effects. As you can see, I've already got a map loaded up here that I created with the Medieval Realms Starter Map Builder. And at first glance, it looks pretty good, but if we really look closer, you realize it's just an empty landscape. It's got the mountains, it's got the trees, but there's no story that comes out of it. And what I want to focus on today is 5 what I call story seeds that kind of inspire the different lore icons that I add to my maps. And I hope that this will kind of inspire some more stories to come out of your map. And regardless of what tool you're using, if you're using one of the map builders or even just traditional pen and paper, this will apply to you because really it's about creating maps that tell a story. The first story seed that we're going to add to our map is something mysterious. So let's open up our brush panel and look at some of the lore icons that I have included in the Medieval Realms pack. And I think what I'm going to go with is this druid. We want something that feels strange or ominous, and I think that this will work well over here by these cliffs. And one little bonus tip I'll throw in there for you is don't worry about the scale of the lore icons being a lot larger than the landscape. The point here isn't realism. It's to create like a focal point because we're trying to tell little stories that get people's attention. And then we can come in here and we'll go to our text tool and rename this. And I think I'm going to go with wired well, based on the word wired or weird, also meaning fate. Just something that kind of feels a little strange or ominous. Position it over here. And one other tip I'll give you is if we're in Photoshop, we can come into our layer panel, select layer styles and add a stroke. And I actually have this already set up. So you can see I have the color set to like this background texture color. I have it blend mode set to normal. Position is outside the text. And you can just kind of adjust it to the thickness, whatever you want. The next story seed we want to look at is something that implies conflict. So we'll come up to our brush panel again, and there's a couple different things that we could do. We could do like this crossed sword icon here, which can imply that there was a battle of some kind that happened in a region. We could do a knight, something that implies conflict or fighting. And we could also do, I just thought of one that might be fun. Let's switch to the Tree of Shields. And we're going to place it right over here, like that. And we can ask ourselves questions. Why are there shields ominously hanging from the tree? Obviously, there's a little bit of crossover here with mystery. There's a little bit of mystery. There's a little bit of conflict. Why are those shields there? Are they from fallen knights? Is it an invitation from another knight to give some type of a challenge? It implies some type of a conflict, whether it's a fallen warrior or whatever it may be. It stirs up a little mystery and starts causing you to ask questions, which is the biggest point with these story seeds. And I'm going to come back over to my text layer for the previous one that I made and just duplicate it by hitting Control-J. And then I can bring that over here so I don't have to do the layer styles and everything each time. And let's change the name of this one to, let's go with the Oak of, whoops, can't spell, Reckoning. And I'm going to put this on the next line, kind of position it Let's see, do we want it there, or let's put it over here. I think that works a little bit nicer. Yeah, something like that. So now we have conflict, or excuse me, we have conflict over here, and we have a little bit of mystery. So let's move on to the next one. The next story seed I want to think about is community. And when we create fantasy maps, we kind of know that we need to put cities and different villages and stuff like that on our map, but I want you to think about it a little bit differently. Think about it more like community, where people gather, live together, where trade happens, commerce, worship and religion. This is the human element of your map, and it's important. So let's come up to these icons, and they have kind of some of the main settlement icons up here, and I'm just going to select this capital. Need to make sure that I'm on the right layer. And I'm going to place it up here by this river, because we want to make sure that our settlement has a water source, right? And we will duplicate a previous title like we did before, drag it up here. And as you can tell with the names that I've picked so far, they kind of have a little bit of a theme to them, so they feel cohesive. I'm going kind of for that medieval, Anglo-Saxon sounding names. So I'm going to go with Almsworth, which kind of harkens back to either it's a modification on the word elm, like the elm tree, or alms, like the giving of alms, which is kind of a more of a religious term. So we're going to go with that, position it, and as you can see, we've already got the layer style stroke around the text so that it pops right off the background. The next story seed we're going to look at is one of my favorites, history. And the reason is that, you can have a compelling story, but some of my favorites are always the ones that feel like there's a much deeper underlying world kind of built into the story, where you have ancient ruins that the characters are going past or exploring. So I'm going to go with this ruin icon that I have here. We're going to stamp it right there, but as you can see, it's kind of overlapping some of these trees at the moment. So I'm going to come back into my actual map layer, and we're just going to erase away some of the trees that it overlaps, just so the icon reads a little bit more clearly. And you can erase completely, or you can actually just kind of cut off a section of them. You won't even notice that part of the trees are missing. The main goal is to make sure that the icon reads. And as you can see with this particular one, we kind of have this ancient tree that's overgrowing this wall, maybe an altar in the front. So there's some type of a religious context that I'm seeing here. So let's duplicate our title here and drag it up. And I think the title that I'm going to go with for this one, because we want to imply a little bit of history, is, whoops, there we go, the cleft, sorry, I keep mistyping, the cleft saint. And again, as I said before, this kind of implies a little bit of history, like what happened here, was somebody martyred here. It also implies a little bit of mystery, like we covered before. And again, the goal is to get people asking questions. It implies that something significant happened here, and now there's an ancient rune that's all that's left. So these are the little things that inspire stories and cause people to want to explore your map, so that it's not just an empty landscape. And our last story seed that we're going to talk about is resources. And this could be a wide range of things, from mining for metals, or collecting dyes or spices, or it can be hunting related, which I think is what I'm going to do today. And so let's go in here and pick a boar. And the main thing with resources is what attracts, people to a particular area. What would cause them to settle in an area? So I think that I'm going to put the boar here, kind of on the edge of this forest, and we're going to duplicate our layer once again. And let's see. Bring it over here, and let's call this Tuskholt. Again, we're kind of going with those kind of more Anglo-Saxon, medieval sounding names, right? And maybe this isn't necessarily just a hunting ground. Maybe this is an area where these boars have tusks that are used by Almsworth for some type of trade or commerce or something like that. And as you can see, as you add these different icons, it starts to spark ideas for you too that maybe you hadn't considered before. If we keep using these 5 story seeds, we can then flesh out the whole rest of our map. And you can see that I've added a whole lot more icons, locations and stuff for people to explore. We even have maybe some trade routes that are implied here in the ocean. And if you want to have a good resource to remember some of these story seeds, I actually have a freebie that's available on my website. You can print out this little card and keep it by you while you create your next map. And if you want to pick up the Medieval Realm Starter Map Builder, which is what I use to create this entire map with all the icons and stuff, it is available now on the Map Effects website. And if you leave a review, I'll actually email you 3 bonus lore icons that you can use to tell more stories on your map. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to seeing your map.